Hello everyone, welcome back to another Sudoku. Today we're going to be looking at Kropki and Kropki. This is one of the most involved rule sets I've seen. The top four rows, non-consecutive rules apply. All instances of consecutive digits are given. Ratio rules, black dots do not apply within these rows. So that's saying for this area, all these have to be connected, so it could be like one, wait, no, it couldn't. It could be like 2, 3, 4, 4. Yeah, that would be viable. Here, this chain is really long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or it could go 5. Oh, actually, no, this can't be repeating. And then in the bottom four rows, ratio rules apply. All instances of a ratio are given. Non-consecutive rules do not apply, so you could have 1 next to a 2. And that would be fine for this area. Ratio rules is basically like, yeah, 1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, 3 into 6. And I think those are all the ways you can satisfy that. In the central row, non-consecutive and ratio rules apply. All black and white dots are given. These rules apply strictly to their respective regions, so digits never touch across those regions. Okay, so now we have a choice. Where do we start here? I guess I'll refresh so the timer is more accurate. We've got top left and top right. We got a 9 and an 8. So ratio rules apply. This can't have an 8. Now this is interesting. I don't think it could be 2, 6. So it could go 1, 2, 4, or in reverse order, obviously. But can't have an 8 there. So I don't think this could be an 8 either. Can't go 4, 8, 4, obviously. 8, 4, 2? Totally acceptable. But I think no matter what, the 2 and the 4 are used here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 8, 4, 2 uses the 2 and 4. 1, 2, 4 uses the 2 and the 4, so I can't have a 2 or a 4 here. So I think this must be a 3, 6 pair then. Yeah, it can't use the 8. So that's a 3, 6 pair, so this also shouldn't be able to be a 3, 6 pair. I don't think this could be 1, 2. Okay, if this were 1, 2, this could be 8, 4, 2, or 4, 2, 1. If this is 2, 4, this could be 1, 2, 4, or 8. Yeah. I think 2 is guaranteed. So this can't be a 2. Four, 2, 1, that would work. 8, 4, 2 would also work. 1, 2, 4 would also work. could this be then? Can't be 1, 2, because that would kill this area. It also can't be 4, 2. If this were 4, 8, then this would be 1, 2, and this would be valueless. So this must be 3, 6, which means this space can't be 3, 6. It could be 1, and that would be 2, 4, which would leave this with the 8 possibility. I think it could also be 8, which would leave this with 4, 2, which would leave the 1. Or it could be 1, 2 and leave the 4. Either way is fine, I think. So if it's 1, it goes up to 2. If it's 8, it goes down to 4. If it's 2, it can go to 1. If it's 4, it can go to 2. If it's 2, it can go to 4. I think that's all that we can get for now from that. Now we might as well look at this area. I'll move it back up just for you guys. So this could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Oh, this connects. Okay, interesting. So if this were the starter, if it started with 1, I think this has to be the ending point. Let me make sure. Okay, if this started with 1, the 1, 2 would already kill it. If it started with 2, 3, 4 would kill it. If this started with 3, the 4 would be used up, and that would kill it. So this must be the end point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Very interesting rule set here. So let's say this were 1, and then this were 2. Actually, you know what? Oh, this is really smart. No matter what, there's a 7 here. 8? No, it could go 7, 6, 5. Ah, darn. I thought I could rule that out from being an 8, which would have been nice. But anyways, back to more on topic. Say there's a 1 there. Could still go at 2, 4, I think. We don't have... Is there any number we're missing here? Yeah, we don't have a 3 in here. A 3 here is impossible because... Wait, is it? No, it's possible because we don't have the white dot rule down there. What was it about the middle row? Non-consecutive and ratio rules apply. So maybe the middle row is important, considering it has its own special thing. So nothing can be consecutive and nothing can be in a ratio. can't have 7, 8, or 9 in any of these spots. I also can't have 1, 2, 3. I gotta say the white dots do not feel quite as constrictive. Aside from this chain. Okay, I was just double checking that this can't be the run up 1, 2, 3 or anything. Because even a 4 here would break it. I was gonna say maybe we could get 5s down, but there could be a 5 up here. Trying to think of what is the most constrictive. But all I can really think about is like 1, 2, 3. I have to go in one of these spaces. And here this can't be a 2. And here this can't be a 3, 4, 5. This can't be 5 or 7. Which one is more important here? Well, it's a fact that these two spaces are mirrored. Can I use that anywhere? Because even if it's like 1, 2, 3, 3. Because it can't be like 9, 8, 7, 7, because that would repeat. So these are mirrored. I think this is mirrored in one way, but I don't know which one yet. Like 1, 2, 3, 3, except obviously not that exact example. I don't think either end could start with a 2. Two, 3, 4, 1. Wait, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it could go 4 or 2. But, let's see. I think I'm right about the 1, 2, 3 and the 7, 8, 9 thing. But it might be like it's only a truth for the edge cases, because I'm not too familiar with this logic, so you'll just stick with me here. If it's 1, 2, 3, it doesn't work. If it starts with 2 and it goes to 3, then this has to be 1 and this has to be 2, so that doesn't work. For the same reasoning, if it starts with 3 and it goes to 4, then this would have to be 1, 2, and then it goes back to 3. Okay, so the 1, 2, 3 logic is sound. What if you go 9, 8, 7? That wouldn't work, obviously. 8, 7, 6, 6. I feel like that's more possible. Alright, let me just... So if it starts with 4, then it would force 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, yeah, maybe I need to look at this area. So if this goes straight up from 1 to 5, then we've got 6, 7, and 8 left to place. 6 must be in one of those places. 6 would have to be here, and 7 and 8 would have to be surrounded, so this would be 7 and that would be 8. And that would work, because this would only be a 7, so it wouldn't have gotten cancelled out. Alright, what about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Or maybe more like, yeah, the 3. The 3 upper bounds would force an 8 here. Because this would be a 7 and you couldn't have an 8 next to it. And then there would be a 1, 2 pair in these places. And there would have to be an 8 in here. So I think in both the examples we've tested, 1 and 3, 8 has ended up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 would have to go in one of these spots. So 7 can go... 7 can go in either of the 6 spots because it would need a white dot, so 7 would go here. And then there's no place for an 8. Wait, is that's the solve path? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 is in here. So 7 must go here. 6. Yeah, 7 goes here. 6 can't go next to 7, and that puts an 8 here, which violates the rules. So this can't be a run of 1. Well, now 8's guaranteed. It's either 7, 8, 9 or 6, 7, 8. So this can't be 8. This is either 1, 4, which means this has to be a 2. Okay, that was some really good logic there. And I think I should be able to get rid of a couple more possibilities here. If this were a 4 starter, then that would force 4, 5. So these have to be pretty big numbers now. If we had an 8 starter, that would force this to be a 9. I think that's doable, actually. Anyways, what can I do with this 2 now? Well, I know where 2 goes here. Oh, shoot. Which means I can get 2 down here. And I know 8 has to be in one of these spots, which is weird to notate, but it's true. Can 8 be here? I don't think so. If 8's here, then this is 9, 8. Yeah. That doesn't work at all. Which means for this row logic, this must be a 7, which should force the rest of it. So that's 7, 8, 9, whoops. 6, 5, 4, 3. Now 5 can't be in here anywhere. So this is a 5, 6, 7 one. Wait, no, it can't have a 5. 8, 7, 6, 6 or 8. Yeah, I think 8 could be the starter again. But I can't have 1, 2, or 3 as the starter still. Because 1 would force 1, 2, 3, and 2 or higher would obviously break. So it has to be 6 to 8. And this space is the restricted one. Because it can't be an 8. And there must be an 8 in this align. And an 8 in the middle would force a 9 and a 7, and that would clash. So this must be the 8. So now this has to be a 7. This must be a 6, and this is either a 6 or an 8. I can't really make a decision here. Now we've got Kropki rule still active here. So 2 must go in one of these slices, 9 must go in one of these slices. And 1 can't go here because that would force the 2 somewhere weird. And it can't go there because it would force the 2 next to it. So this is 1, which means this can no longer be 2. So now this can't be 1. So this is either 1, 2, or 2, 4. So what do I have left here? 1, 2. Yeah, 1 and 2. So now obviously neither of those spaces could be 1 or 2. This can't be an 8, which doesn't affect too much, because this could still go 4, 2, 1, 4. No, this can't be 2, 1. Oh my gosh, this is genius. This is probably one of the best puzzles I've ever done. If this were 4, 2, 1... Yeah, the 4 forces it. this square is invalid, so this can't be a 4. And again, if this were a 2, it would force 4, 1. That would be 2, that would be 1. That's all fine and dandy. So we still got 3 left to place in here. Oh right, this 6 means that this is the 3, and this is the 6. Which means that the only 6 left in this box is here. And there has to be a 3 in one of these spaces. I think I can science this out. If this were a 4, then that would force this into being a 1, right? And then this would have to be 8, which is next to 4, which would need a black dot. But if this is a 1, and this is a 4, then this can be 8. And this has to be a 4, and that's a 2. And this 1 forces 2, 4. Three can't go next to a 6 because of the black dot rule. So we get that 3 down. 1 has to be in one of these spaces. 5 has to be in one of these spaces. So this is either a 7 or a 9. Yeah. And then we've got 5, 6, 7 and 9 left to place here, which we don't really have any way to sort out. Ah, 7s. 7 can't be next to an 8 because there's no white dot. We got 7 here, so 7 theoretically should be allowed in all of these spots, right? Well, 7 here would force either an 8 or a 6 here, which is impossible. Uh, 7 here would force 6, 5, 5. Seems possible. 7 here. What would that do? Well, it would force this to be a 6 because it couldn't be an 8. 6, 7. And then this would have to be either a 6 or an 8 again. So this is a 7. And that's a 6. So this has to be a 5 because it can't go back up to 7. And this also has to be a 5 because it can't be 7 because of the rows. 1 and 2... No, never mind. But 4... 4 we can get down to these two spots. I was gonna say, I don't think 1 and 2 could go next to each other here because of this square. Which I guess is technically true, actually. But a 2-3 could go next to each other. And have a 1-2 like that. But what numbers do I have left to use here? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Oh, and this can't be a 3. Because it's next to a 2. Well, that's useful. 4 can't go here because it's next to a 5, so this must be a 4. Yep, that logic holds tough. This is now a 1-2 pair, and this is a 6, 3. Unfortunately... Wait, actually, yeah, I can, right? In the central row... Could this be a 3? I think it could. I don't know if it counts between regions or not. I'm just gonna be cautious and not mark that as a 3 yet. Oh, 5 can't go here. Or there, so it must go here. Oh my god, there's a banging at the door. Alright, this can't be a 2 anymore. We've got 1, 2 left in here. Is there any other interesting numbers? Just 1, 2, and 3, I suppose. But 3 can't be here. So that's a 3. Why did I start a Sudoku before I ate anything today? That was a mistake. Can I do anything with Kropki rules down here? Not sure where to proceed. Well, 1, 2, 7, and 9 are missing. Huh. I think we can do, get rid of a 2 here. Because it is in the 4 rows. Yeah, these rules apply strictly to their respective regions, so digits that touch across these regions are not subject to ratio or non-consecutive rules, so I can't say that a 3 there would be breaking anything. So where to look next? Well, 8 and 6 we can get down to these areas, right? So we've only got 1 and 5 left. 1 is restrictive. You can't have a 1 next to a 2 because of the ratio rules. But it could be here. 1 should leave a 6-8 pair. 5 is not all that restrictive. The labeling on this is wrong because there's a 9-7. This can only be a 1-5. I got a 2 there and I forgot to write that down. Which does restrict 1 to these 2 spots. And we've got 7 in these 2 spots. Eight isn't allowed to be in either of these spots because that would force a 4 next to it. So the only 8 possibility is here. Now we're starting to get somewhere decent. We've got 2, 4, 6, 8. We've got 1 left to place, which can only be one of these spots because of the 1-2 pair. This should be 2-3 pair. No, we got 2 there. Don't get ahead of yourself. But now that this row's done, we can fill it in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 5, 7 in there. 5 can't be here next to a 4. It's kind of tricky remembering the top region is more restrictive than the rest of it. So interesting. So you got 1, 5, 7, 9 left in here. So what digits are left in here? We've got 1, 4, 5. And then 9's left as wild. Is it? Yeah, I don't really have any idea how to figure that out. Oh, 5. Well, we can get something with 5 at least. Because 5 can't go in this square or this square because of the 6, right? This square from the implieds, and the square from the 4. this square from Sudoku, so the only 5 is here. Not sure how important that 3-6 pair is gonna be. But the 5 should restrict some other numbers, right? This, I'm really unsure about. These rules apply strictly to their respective regions, so digits that touch across these regions are not subject. But the 5 and the 6 are non-consecutive rules from these 4 regions. What was that? And like a crunching noise. Spooky. Anyways, in the central row, the black and white dots are given. But they both technically have the same rule set. So, I don't know. No, you know what, that definitely doesn't apply, because conversely, right here, 3 and 6 are a ratio. The puzzle wouldn't be completable if I went with that interpretation. So, yeah. I'm just confusing myself. But where do I go from here? We got 1 and 5 left. 1 is here. Not sure what to get out of that. Oh, 2s. That must be it. 2s can't be in any of these spaces by Sudoku. They can't be there because of the 3. They can't be there because of the 1-2 clue. They can't be there because of Sudoku, or there because of Sudoku. So this is a 2. So 2 is either there or there. But wherever it is, it displaces the 3. So this must be a 6. Pumpkin scream in the dead of night. This 6 should kill the 7. Because they're next to each other in the middle row. Where everything applies. So just for the middle row, none of these spaces could be 7 or 8. No, 7 or 5. Or 3. Which unfortunately is not that useful. One thing at a time, though. Okay, so we got 7 left in these 2 spots. 9 is wild still. We got an X-wing on the 6s. we've got 2 left in these 2 spots. One is like semi-wild. It just can't be here. Seven we already looked at. 8 is locked in here. Maybe I should look at this more closely. This might be a naked single, actually. Yeah, that would be really useful if it were. Can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that's not really that defined. Seven can't be here, 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 or here. I don't know what that is, but it sure is loud. Maybe this space is what I need to look at. 6 there would force a 6 there. It should force a 1, 7, 5. This would be a 7, this would be a 7. I don't know, in theory that all works. An 8 here would force... well, not too much. Force a 6 here. 6 there and 8 there. I think that 8 has to be here. Because, like, if this is an 8, then that's a 6, and that's a 6. So that would be an 8, and that would be an 8. I don't know. Oh, it's something easy I missed. This can't be a 4, because there's no black dot. So this is a 4. Now this is a 1. This is a 7. This is a 9. So the 7 must be in one of these spots, so that's a 7. That's a 9. Now we got 1, 5. 7 left. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this must be a 9. That's a 5. That's a 5. These are a 1, 7 pair. And the 1 sorts it out. That's the 7. That's the 1. 1 can't go next to a 2 because of the bottom 4 rows ratio rules. So this is a 1. It's a 6, 8 pair. Officially feels good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. And then this row has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 7 can't be in either of these because of the non-consecutive. So this is a 7 now. That's a 1, that's a 5. That's a 5, that's a 9. And since we're back in bottom row territory, I can't use non-consecutive, but I'm sure we can still figure it out. So we've got 6, 8 left because of the 1, 2 pair, but what else is there? There should be a 4 there, right? And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's a 3, 9 pair. Alright, this is a 1 now because of Sudoku. So we now have all the 2s, and non-consecutive means this is a 9. That's a 3, that's a 3, that's a 4. This is a 4 now. This is a 8. And again, yeah, an 8 here would kill all those if the last rule didn't apply. So that's a 7, 9 pair, I guess. The 7 down there sorts that out. So now we've got these 6, 8 pairs left. How do I figure those out? Right, the 1 here sorts out by Sudoku, that 1 goes here, 2 goes there. And Kropki rules, this can't be a 6 because it's next to a 3. Wow, that is by far one of the most clever puzzles I have ever attempted. The way that sorted out, at first I was like, this isn't going to be solvable. Like, I definitely thought I was going to fail at it. But apparently it's just about right for my level. I really liked, the ratio clues, the black dots. I really like sorting those out. I find those puzzles really interesting, and then when it collided with this area, to sort out the orientation of this. That was really nice. And you know, I made some kind of bad mistakes, like not sorting out this box very quickly because a 4 couldn't be next to an 8. But if you'll try this puzzle, you'll see just how hard it is to keep all the rules in your mind at once. And that at the end, it just flew by. I think this is one of the few puzzles I would rate it 10 out of 10. Just insane. It flowed like so well. Anyways, that's enough gushing over this. It was a great puzzle. I'll see you on the next one.